Good evening and welcome to the swearing-in ceremony for our newest Clackamas County Commissioner, my friend Sonya Fischer. My name's Deanne Darling. I have the pleasure of being a circuit court judge here in Clackamas County, and I'm delighted to have been asked by Sonya to help her out tonight by swearing her in. I'd first like to begin, as we always begin, by honoring the other dignitaries that are here. I'd like to introduce the other members of the commission, Chairman Jim Bernard, Commissioner Ken Humbertson, Commissioner Paul Savas, and Commissioner Martha Schrader. I had the honor of swearing everybody but Mr. Savas in not long ago, so it seems only fitting I would round it out. And maybe someday I'll get to come back, Paul, and you'll honor me as well. I'm standing by for you if you need me. Also present tonight is our Justice of the Peace, Karen Brisbane. We do anticipate one other elected official, Sherry Hall, the recorder. She did indicate she might be a little late, but I'm sure she'll be here shortly. Again, I'd like to thank you all for being here tonight to make this a special moment for everybody. This evening, we will hear from two of Commissioner Fischer's closest associates. And then she will take her oath of office, sign her certificate, and make a few remarks. However, before we begin, the quick note. The Clackamas County Government Channel is airing and streaming this ceremony live, and county staff will be taking photos during it. At the conclusion of our ceremonies, there will be additional photos taken. They had some already, so I don't know how many more they'll be doing, but there will be some. After the ceremony is over, please feel free to stay around, visit with the new commissioner and the other elected officials, join in some of the treats that are here. With that, we'd like to begin our ceremonies tonight with a rendition of the national anthem sung to us tonight by Kurt Mauser, also known as Sonya's husband.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. Please be seated. Wow, isn't that great? There's no talent in this family, huh? case you don't know, he has a background in the business. So let's focus back on Woman of the Hour. First, I'd like to invite Sarah McIntyre to come up and share a few words about our newest commissioner. Sarah works in the county's Health, Housing, and Human Services Department. Sarah? You have to stand right here.
Can't see. I have known Sonya for 31 years. We met in baby group for children with developmental disabilities when her Christine and my Matthew were 1 year old. They liked to play footsie as we sang songs like the Itsy Bitsy Spider. I look back over the last 3 decades and I reflect on all the things that Sonya has somehow facilitated me doing. Starting an early intervention parent advocacy group when our children were denied appropriate services, obtaining a job as a county case manager, working for families of children with developmental disabilities, working to close the state institution, Fairview, that warehoused people with developmental disabilities, being a featured speaker at national conferences. This list could go on and on. I've learned that Sonya works through others to create change. I have been one of those others to create change. With Sonya's support, I have dedicated my professional life to helping individuals with developmental disabilities and their families. And while Sonya has been a muse for me, I now commit to her that I will do my best to be a muse for her as I support her work on behalf of all of the citizens of Clackamas County. And my advice to all of you working with her, just know you probably won't even recognize it, but she will get you to do stuff that really matters. Enjoy the journey. I know I have.
Thank you, Sarah. Next, I'd call upon Kim Lockwood, also a friend of Commissioner Fisher's. She works in the Water Environment Service Department. Kim?
So I've worked for Clackamas County now for over 15 years. I'm a GIS analyst. My brain thinks technical. Sonya's very different than that, and boy, has she shown me a world. We've been friends this year for 40 years. We've grown up together. We were 12 and 11 years old, seeing so many things that we shouldn't have seen. I was the bad influence. She knows. That's the story she tells. So now I'm finally, after all these years, going with it. She loves this world. She explores it. She has so many talents, musical, thespian, loves to hike, and she sends me flowers because she knows I like flowers from her camera wherever she goes. She can tell you how much endurance you need to hike what trail. She tells me all the time, well, it might be a little too much for you. She makes me laugh and those around her laugh. She will bring everybody on the board. Good evening, by the way, and thank you for having me. She will want to bring all of you together and make it all work. She's going to try really hard. She's a gift, and she will ask questions why and how, and has her whole life of people because she wants to know why they're where they are and how she can help them. And when she stops talking for just a minute, take a moment and ask her why and who she is and to hear some of her stories, because it'll really be a benefit to you, all of you that have a chance to work with her and figure out who she really is, because she has really lived. She loves people, and she is passionate about reaching out and making change. One story that I will share with you that I remembered recently, and I shared with her so she knows what story I'm going to tell. Her 2 children were the same age, her 2 youngest, the same age as my 2. We both had 2 daughters before she had Nate. And we decided to go to Laurelhurst Park. And at Laurelhurst Park, we were at the playground, and there was a seesaw with a spring, and the kids were on there and playing, and all of a sudden her daughter Joy came up and said, "Where's my mom?" And I'm looking around, "Where's your mom?" And now I was worried because I had never been to Laurelhurst Park before. And I see a couple on a picnic table, their bottoms on the top of the table and their feet on the bench, you know how people do. They were facing each other, and they were very intimate talking. The woman was towards me, and I couldn't see her face. I'm looking around, and now I'm worried. And there, I look back, it's Sonya. And as she reaches out to this man, I realize he may be homeless or less fortunate. And she reaches into her paper bag, and she takes out her sandwich, and she hands it to him, and he receives it. And that is the kind of compassion that I've seen out of Sonya since I've known her all these years. I look forward to seeing more of that. I know she's going to reach out to the LBG community, law enforcement, people with disabilities, business people, and I know she is truly going to, with compassion, try to reach everybody and represent all of us in Clackamas County. So I am honored because I also live here. So thank you with so much gratitude, Sonya, for taking this role. Love you.
Thank you, Kim. I too have known Sonya for a while. They say that a sign of a friendship is you don't remember how you met. I know we met in the courtroom. I know she's appeared in front of me on some cases, and I know that she has great skills as an advocate. And what I think I would say is probably a skill she'll bring to this is preparation. Never underestimate how prepared she will come to whatever she chooses to do, and how kind and respectful she will be as she presents her position. One of my greatest regrets as a judge is how lawyers have become unprofessional and rude. Much of society is doing this. Our young people don't seem to have the same manners we were raised with. So when those lawyers come along that were trained in the art of professionalism and respect, you remember them. And I remember that most about Sonya. Even when she disagrees with you, and even when you're on the other side, I would expect that she would do so with great respect and professionalism. And there just really isn't any more than we should expect of anyone. So with that, if I could ask our newest commissioner to come forward. I would apologize, I forgot to wear my robe, but hopefully this is good enough. Are you ready?
Yes.
Raise your right hand.
I don't have to read, right?
Nope.
Okay.
I, Sonya Fischer,
I, Sonya Fischer,
having been duly appointed
having been duly appointed
to the office of Clackamas County Commissioner,
to the office of Clackamas County Commissioner,
Position 5,
Position 5,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
and the Constitution of the State of Oregon,
that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and honorably perform
and honorably perform
the duties of Clackamas County Commissioner,
the duties of Clackamas County Commissioner,
Position 5,
Position 5,
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations. Yeah, this glasses stuff is old. And with that, I believe Commissioner Fischer has a few words to share with the audience.
Wow. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. This is an amazing honor, and I'm very, very humbled. And here comes Christine. So as I reflect throughout my life, and as we all reflect, we will remember that we have certain teachers that have really mattered to us. And one of my most important teachers is this precious, precious girl right here, Christine. And I just want to say, thank you, Christine. I want to say thank you. And I'm saying thank you to Christine, and we'll see if I can concentrate while she's giggling because it gets me distracted. But when she was little, she she didn't develop the way that typical children do. And she had a pretty serious seizure disorder. And I kept thinking that if I kept taking her to doctor and doctor and doctor, that somebody would fix her seizures so that she would start talking and doing the things that typical children do. But she didn't. And one doctor, one very kind and gentle doctor, told me that my daughter would be severely, severely delayed. And that hit me like a wrecking ball. It was like, oh, it's like, oh. At the time I was in school, I was studying, I was a sophomore in college, I was all about the academic pursuit, I was all about contributing to society, all about making a difference. And I regret to say that I couldn't see where her value in this world would be. And it hurt a lot. And I would sit and reflect, and tears would stream down my face. And one day, this precious little girl, when she was 2 years old, and a little tear was streaming down my face, she touched my cheek, and she giggled. And it was in that moment that I felt true love. I knew what it was like to receive true love. And Christine, in all of who she was, Christine mattered. She was my greatest teacher. So why am I here today to look at all the various needs and issues in Clackamas County? It's because I really believe that everyone matters, and that's everyone, every voice, every person. And at this time, when there's so much conflict and dissension and people not agreeing and people are angry, this is the time when we can really say everyone matters. And this commission is an extraordinary group of people. And I thought long and hard about joining this commission, and I talked to a lot of different people about this time and this opportunity. And I can tell you that every person on this commission has heart, and that is true heart. And I just want to give a few examples. And I've been at this job now for 3 weeks, and I have a lot of experience. I've watched Commissioner Humberston really speak out and look to resolve the conflicts in the Stafford Triangle. I've heard Commissioner Schrader really speak out and advocate for our veterans who are sometimes left behind. I've sat and talked with Commissioner Savas, who's been on walks and talked with people who are homeless to really understand why they are where they are and what's happened to our community. And I've watched Chair Bernard wrangle all of us as he is our chair and he's our leader, while he proclaims to all of our citizens that everyone in Clackamas County should feel safe and be able to live and work in our communities, regardless of their documentation status. So I can tell you, that this is a commission with a heart. It's a commission. Every person has passion and commitment, and boy, do we have work to do. We are boots on the ground. We are the people that are closest to our citizens, and we are reaching out and we are asking for input. And I am going to ask you now, we are going to get out there, and we get out there, all of us get out there to community meetings all the time. This is a really big county. It is it's around like 1,900 square miles. There's over 400,000 residents. We've got 15 cities. Half of our citizens are unincorporated. Half are in incorporated areas. It's huge. We need your help. We need to hear from you. We need to hear from your friends. We need to hear from your neighbors. We need to hear what's important. And so with that, I want to just say thank you. We will do our job, and we are going to be calling on you to join us in this journey. And thank you very much.
there anybody else you want to introduce? Any other family members? Okay.
Okay, and Judge Darling so appropriately reminded me that I need to introduce my family. So we all heard Kirk, who was singing. And Christine is here with her caregiver, Alam. And my son, Nathan Fisher, who is here. My daughter, Joy Fisher, is watching from California on TV. Hi, Joy. My mother-in-law, Janet Mauser, who is also my drama teacher, is here. Say a wave. And my father-in-law, Gordon Mauser, who was one of my substitute teachers, is also here. Yes. And I do want to just make a little announcement. Anybody who, after our gathering here, would like to join us at Tacho's, which is down the street on Malala, 515 Malala. We are going to, whoever wants to join, we're just going to go there after we're done enjoying our reception here. So I just wanted to let folks know that everyone's invited to that.
All right, and with that, our ceremonies are concluded, and thank you for spending your rainy evening indoors with us. Good night.